Welcome to our deep dive into NVIDIA's latest 10K filing for the fiscal year ending January 26th, 2025.
Ooh, exciting stuff.
You might know them for their graphics cards,
Right.
but this report reveals a much bigger picture.
Yeah.
Get ready to explore their explosive growth,
Huge.
how they're dominating the world of AI,
Mm-hmm.
and even how they're tackling global issues like climate change and supply chain disruptions.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable how NVIDIA has strategically shifted from being primarily a gaming company
Right?
to becoming a powerhouse in the data center market.
Yeah.
They're positioning themselves as a full-stack computing company,
Okay.
offering solutions that could reshape entire industries.
So help me understand this whole full stack concept. It's
Yeah.
mentioned a lot throughout the report, and I have to admit, it's a bit of a head scratcher.
I can see that. Think of it this way.
Okay.
They're not just making the hardware like GPUs and DPUs anymore.
Right.
They're also creating the software and services that run on those chips,
Yeah.
creating a whole ecosystem for what they call accelerated computing.
I see.
And this isn't some overnight success story.
No.
They've poured over $58.2 billion into research and development since their inception, which shows their serious commitment to innovation.
It's mind-blowing to think they started by fueling the growth of PC gaming back in 1999,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're powering the AI revolution.
Yeah,
It's all thanks to their invention of the GPU, right?
you got it. What's even more impressive is that they foresaw the potential of GPUs
Yeah.
for general purpose computing.
Oh, wow.
In 2006, they introduced the CUDA programming model,
Okay.
which, to put it simply, allows developers to harness the parallel processing power of GPUs for various applications,
Mhm.
including AI,
Right.
that paved the way for the modern AI boom.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It seems like they've been at the heart of AI from the very beginning.
Absolutely.
Weren't they also involved in that pivotal moment in 2012 when the AlexNet neural network won the ImageNet competition?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
AlexNet was trained using NVIDIA GPUs,
Oh, wow.
showcasing their power in handling the complex computations required for AI.
Right.
Their GPUs excel at parallel processing tasks,
Okay.
which is exactly what's needed for training and running those massive neural networks we see in AI today.
Mm.
As these models become even more complex, the demand for NVIDIA's data center products is going through the roof.
It makes you wonder how they're keeping up with this skyrocketing demand.
Yeah.
It seems like they're aiming for more than just being the hardware provider
Right.
with their NVIDIA AI Enterprise Software Suite, which they call the operating system for enterprise AI.
That's right. And it's a very ambitious goal.
Yeah.
They're clearly signaling their intention to lead in enterprise AI software solutions,
Okay.
not just be the hardware supplier.
Got it.
This fits their overall strategy of becoming a full-stack solution provider.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, they want to control the entire AI ecosystem.
Given all this, I'm really curious to see how this is playing out in their financials.
Yeah, me too.
The 10K highlights some record-breaking numbers for fiscal year 2025.
Their revenue more than doubled,
Really?
hitting a staggering $130.497 billion.
Wow.
Their net income also saw an impressive 147% jump.
Goodness.
This dramatic growth is largely driven by the massive demand for their data center products,
Okay.
particularly those fueled by the ever-growing need for AI-powered solutions.
While their revenue growth is definitely impressive, the report also mentions that inventory provisions and sales of previously written down items negatively impacted their gross margin in fiscal year 2025.
Right.
Does that raise any red flags?
It's definitely worth noting.
Yeah.
While their overall financial performance is phenomenal,
Yeah.
they did experience a slight dip in gross margin by 2.3% due to those adjustments.
Oh, okay.
This suggests that even with their success, they might be facing challenges in accurately forecasting demand in this rapidly evolving tech landscape.
I see. So even with their remarkable growth, they're not immune to the complexities of managing inventory in a volatile market. What else jumped out at you from their financial report?
Well, they repurchased a significant chunk of their common stock,
Okay.
310 million shares to be exact,
Wow.
totaling $34.0 billion during fiscal year 2025.
Oh my goodness.
This move suggests they're quite confident in the company's future prospects.
That's a bold move and definitely one that signals confidence.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears a bit and look at some of the external challenges NVIDIA is navigating.
Okay.
The 10K specifically mentions supply chain issues and export controls.
Right.
How significant are these hurdles for them?
Like many tech companies, NVIDIA is wrestling with the complexities of the global supply chain.
Uh-huh.
Their reliance on third-party foundries and manufacturers adds another layer of challenge,
Right.
especially with manufacturing lead times that sometimes stretch beyond 12 months.
Oh, wow.
Imagine having to accurately predict what kind of products will be in demand over a year in advance.
That sounds like a logistical nightmare.
It is.
And on top of that, they have to deal with export controls, especially on high-performance chips, crucial for AI development.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. government's regulations are already impacting their business, and the report hints at potential future restrictions.
It's a delicate balancing act.
Yeah.
The existing regulations have already affected NVIDIA's ability to sell certain products in certain regions.
Right.
The report specifically mentions China as a market that's been impacted.
Okay.
And with the potential for further restrictions, their access to this critical market could be further limited.
So how is NVIDIA proactively responding to this challenge?
Well, they're actively adapting by developing new products specifically designed to fall outside current licensing requirements.
Oh, interesting.
It's a clever strategy to diversify their offerings and soften the blow of these export controls.
That's impressive. It seems they're tackling these challenges head on. Speaking of challenges, let's delve into another significant topic woven throughout the report:
Okay.
climate change and sustainability.
Yeah, NVIDIA is making a strong commitment to environmental sustainability,
Okay.
pledging to match 100% of their global electricity usage with renewable sources by the end of fiscal year 2025.
Wow.
They've already made good progress,
That's great.
achieving a 76% match in fiscal year 2024.
Those are big steps in the right direction.
Yeah.
But their GPUs often face criticism for high energy consumption.
Mm-hmm.
How are they addressing this concern, especially given their sustainability goals?
It's a valid point. The report highlights the energy efficiency of GPU-accelerated computing, particularly for AI workloads, compared to traditional methods.
Okay.
While individual GPUs might consume a lot of energy, they can process data much faster and more efficiently overall.
So it's a matter of weighing the energy consumption of individual units against the overall efficiency they provide.
Right.
It's a complex equation, and I'm interested to hear more about how they're making their GPUs more energy efficient. What specific technologies are they developing to lessen their environmental footprint?
That's a great question, and one we'll delve into further as we continue our deep dive.
Okay.
But for now, let's shift our focus to another crucial aspect of NVIDIA's success.
Right.
Their people.
Okay.
The 10K dedicates a significant portion to highlighting their commitment to attracting and retaining top talent.
That's a perfect segue into the next part of our deep dive. Stay tuned, and we'll be back to explore more fascinating details from NVIDIA's 2025 10K filing.
Sounds good.
See you then.
All right.
Welcome back to our deep dive into NVIDIA's 2025 10K filing.
Yeah.
Before the break, we were discussing their commitment to attracting and retaining a top-tier workforce.
Right.
It's fascinating how this document reads almost like a story, taking us through NVIDIA's journey and hinting at their grand vision for the future.
Yeah, one of the most compelling chapters of that story is their financial performance.
Oh, definitely.
Looking at their revenue breakdown by segment,
Okay.
we can see exactly where their growth is coming from.
Let's dive into those numbers. I see they have two main reportable segments: compute and networking and graphics.
Right.
That's the story there.
The star performer, and it's not even close,
Okay.
is compute and networking.
Wow.
Their revenue in that segment skyrocketed to $116.193 billion in fiscal year 2025.
Goodness.
To put that in perspective, that's a 145% increase from the previous year.
Wow, that's an incredible leap.
It is.
It seems like their data center business is truly the driving force behind their success.
For sure.
But what about their more traditional graphics segment?
Yeah.
How did that perform?
Graphics brought in $14.304 billion,
Okay.
which is still a significant amount, but the growth was much more modest at 6%.
Got it.
This really underscores how NVIDIA is strategically positioning itself for the future.
So while gaming and professional visualization are still important parts of their business,
Yeah.
the real engine of growth is their data center solutions fueled by the insatiable demand for AI.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see how all the pieces fit together.
It's a clear indication of where NVIDIA sees the future of computing, and they're capitalizing on it brilliantly.
Yeah.
And this shift is even more apparent when you look at their operating income.
Okay.
Compute and networking saw a 159% jump,
Oh, wow.
reaching $82.875 billion,
Goodness.
while graphics had a 13% decline, ending up at $5.085 billion.
Those numbers paint a very clear picture of where the profitability lies.
They do.
It seems like their strategic move towards data centers is paying off handsomely. But it's interesting that the report still emphasizes their commitment to gaming.
Right.
Didn't they just launch a new series of GeForce RTX GPUs based on their innovative Blackwell architecture?
They did. They introduced the GeForce RTX 50 series,
Okay.
a significant leap forward in graphics technology.
That's great.
What's particularly exciting is how they're incorporating AI into graphics with their new neural graphics capabilities.
Possible.
Their DLSS technology, which improves performance and visual fidelity,
Okay.
is now powered by a transformer model architecture similar to what's used in advanced language models.
That sounds incredibly advanced.
Oh.
I have to admit, I'm not a hardcore gamer.
Sure.
So I'm not familiar with all these technical terms. Can you break down what this means for the average gamer out there?
Basically, this translates to a significant boost in performance.
Okay.
Imagine playing your favorite games with double the frame rate and stunningly realistic visuals.
Wow.
That's what this new architecture is promising.
That's amazing.
They're pushing the boundaries of what's possible with PC gaming,
Yeah.
even as they're focusing heavily on data center solutions.
It's impressive how they're managing to stay ahead of the curve in both the gaming and data center worlds.
Yeah, for sure.
It speaks to their commitment to innovation across different sectors. But let's step back for a moment and consider the bigger picture.
Okay.
We've talked about their financial performance, their focus on AI and data centers,
Right.
and their continued dedication to gaming. What other insights can we glean from this 10K?
The report also sheds light on some of the risks and challenges they face. Remember those export control regulations we discussed earlier?
Oh, yeah.
They're a major concern for NVIDIA, especially when it comes to their high-performance AI chips.
Yes, that was a point that really stood out to me.
Yeah.
It seems like a delicate balancing act for a company like NVIDIA with global ambitions to navigate these geopolitical challenges.
The 10K goes into quite a bit of detail about this,
Okay.
highlighting how licensing requirements impact their ability to sell certain products in specific markets.
I see.
It's a complex situation with no easy answers.
And to add another layer of complexity, NVIDIA relies heavily on third-party foundries and manufacturers for chip production.
Right.
We touched on this earlier, but the 10K really emphasizes how crucial these relationships are for their success.
You're absolutely right. They dedicate a significant portion of the report to discussing their supply chain,
Okay.
highlighting the challenges of managing long manufacturing lead times,
Right.
ensuring the availability of critical components,
Yeah.
and coordinating with multiple suppliers across the globe.
It sounds very complicated.
It is.
It provides a fascinating glimpse into the intricate workings behind creating such sophisticated technology.
It does.
It's like a carefully choreographed dance with multiple partners, all moving in sync to deliver a final product.
A great analogy.
And the report mentions that in some cases, these manufacturing lead times can exceed 12 months.
It's a long time.
That's longer than I wait for the latest smartphone release.
It really emphasizes the importance of accurate forecasting and strategic inventory management in this industry.
So true.
They have to predict demand well in advance, or they risk having too much or too little inventory, which can significantly impact their bottom line.
And the 10K reveals that they haven't been immune to these challenges.
Right.
They discuss having to make adjustments due to inventory provisions and the sale of previously written down items, which, as we mentioned earlier, had a 2.3% unfavorable impact on their gross margin in fiscal year 2025.
It's a good reminder that even a company as successful as NVIDIA faces real-world constraints. The global supply chain is a complex beast, and even the slightest disruption can have ripple effects.
It makes their achievements even more impressive considering they're operating within these limitations. Now let's circle back to their sustainability initiatives.
Right.
They're clearly making a big push toward renewable energy, but I'm curious about the specifics.
Sure.
How are they actually going about achieving their goal of 100% renewable energy matching by fiscal year 2025?
The 10K outlines their multifaceted approach,
Okay.
which involves sourcing renewable energy directly from providers, purchasing renewable energy certificates,
Okay.
and investing in renewable energy projects.
Got it.
They're also exploring on-site generation options, like solar panels on their facilities, and collaborating with their suppliers to reduce emissions throughout their entire supply chain.
It sounds like they're tackling this challenge from every angle.
They are.
They're not just focused on their own operations, but also working to influence their partners and make a broader impact. But I recall the report also acknowledging potential criticism regarding the high energy consumption of their GPUs.
Right.
How are they addressing that concern while simultaneously pushing for sustainability?
They address this head-on by emphasizing the inherent energy efficiency of GPU-accelerated computing especially for AI workloads,
Hmm.
compared to traditional methods.
Okay.
When individual GPUs might have a higher energy draw, they can process data much faster and more efficiently,
Right.
ultimately using less energy overall for specific tasks.
Got it.
It's a trade-off they're actively working to improve through design optimizations and architectural innovations that reduce the power consumption of their GPUs.
So they're tackling the issue from both ends. They're increasing their reliance on renewable energy sources while simultaneously working to make their products more energy efficient. That's a pretty comprehensive strategy.
And their commitment to sustainability is being recognized.
That's great.
The 10K highlights their strong presence on the Green 500 list,
Oh, wow.
which ranks the world's most energy-efficient supercomputers.
That's fantastic.
This further underscores their dedication to reducing their environmental impact.
It's encouraging to see a major tech company like NVIDIA prioritizing sustainability, taking concrete steps to reduce their footprint.
For sure.
They're setting a positive example for other companies in the industry.
It also makes good business sense.
Oh, yeah.
Sustainability is becoming increasingly important to investors,
Right.
customers, and employees. It's no longer just a feel-good initiative. It's a core business principle.
Speaking of business principles, let's shift our focus to NVIDIA's corporate governance.
Okay.
The 10K provides some interesting details about their leadership structure,
Yeah.
compensation practices,
Right.
and their approach to risk management.
It's an area often overlooked, but it's crucial to understand how a company is managed and governed. After all, it impacts their long-term sustainability just as much as their environmental initiatives.
Exactly. So let's start with their leadership team. What does the 10K reveal about the people at the helm of NVIDIA?
Well, they have a highly experienced leadership team,
Okay.
led by Jensen Huang, who co-founded the company back in 1993 and has served as president, CEO, and a board member ever since.
Wow.
He's been with NVIDIA through it all, witnessing firsthand its remarkable journey from a small graphics card company to the tech giant it is today.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
He's seen the company evolve through multiple technological shifts and market transformations. It speaks to his vision and leadership. What about the rest of the leadership team? Are they equally seasoned?
They have a strong mix of industry veterans and individuals with deep technical expertise.
Oh, great.
Take a J.K. Puri, their executive vice president of worldwide field operations.
Okay.
He's been with the company since 2005 and has extensive experience in sales, marketing, and general management.
Wow.
This blend of experience and expertise seems to be a key factor in NVIDIA's success.
It sounds like they've assembled a team capable of navigating the complexities of leading a global technology company in a rapidly evolving industry. But what about their compensation practices?
Sure.
The report mentions stock-based compensation as a significant component. Can you elaborate on that?
They use a variety of stock-based compensation tools,
Okay.
including restricted stock units, performance stock units,
Got it.
and an employee stock purchase plan.
Okay.
This approach aligns the interests of their employees with those of their shareholders,
Right.
encouraging everyone to work towards the company's success.
And the 10K provides a detailed breakdown of their stock-based compensation expense,
Yes.
which totaled $4.737 billion in fiscal year 2025. That's a substantial amount, but it seems in line with their overall compensation philosophy.
Yes. They clearly emphasize rewarding performance and encouraging long-term investment in the company. It would be interesting to see how these compensation practices compare to those of other tech giants. But for now, let's move on to another critical aspect covered in the 10K: risk management.
Risk is inherent in any business, but especially in a fast-paced industry like tech. What are some of the key risks that NVIDIA highlights in their report?
They take a comprehensive approach,
Yeah.
identifying and assessing a wide range of risks, including operational, financial,
Yeah.
and strategic risks. Some specific examples include cybersecurity threats,
Okay.
data privacy concerns,
Got it.
potential supply chain disruptions, and even natural disasters.
That's a pretty extensive list.
It is.
It seems like they're leaving no stone unturned when it comes to identifying potential threats to their business.
And what's impressive is that they're not simply acknowledging these risks.
Okay.
They're proactively taking steps to mitigate them.
That's good.
They have robust cybersecurity protocols in place to protect their data and systems.
Right.
They're actively working to diversify their supply chain, to reduce their vulnerability to disruptions. And they even have business continuity plans in place to ensure they can operate in the face of unforeseen events.
It's reassuring to know they're not just hoping for the best. They're actively planning and preparing for a range of potential challenges. But even with the best laid plans, some things are simply beyond their control.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the report acknowledges that despite their best efforts, they may not be able to anticipate or prevent every risk. The global landscape is constantly changing, and new challenges can emerge unexpectedly.
It's a sobering reminder that even a company as successful and forward-thinking as NVIDIA operates in a world with inherent uncertainty.
Yeah.
But it's also a testament to their transparency that they're openly acknowledging these risks in their 10K filing.
Transparency is crucial for building trust and confidence with investors.
Yeah.
By being upfront about the potential downsides as well as the opportunities,
Yeah.
they're demonstrating a commitment to open communication and honest assessment of their situation.
This deep dive has truly been a fascinating journey.
It has.
We've uncovered a wealth of information about NVIDIA, from their financial performance and strategic moves to their approach to sustainability, risk management, and corporate governance.
It's amazing how much you can learn about a company from just one document.
It's a testament to the value of taking the time to read and understand these 10K filings.
For sure.
They're much more than just dry financial data. They provide valuable insights into a company's story, their vision, their challenges, and their overall approach to business.
And in the case of NVIDIA, it's a story of innovation ambition and a relentless pursuit of leadership in the world of accelerated computing. They've clearly carved out a unique position in the tech landscape, but their story is far from over.
Exactly. And that brings us to the final part of our deep dive. Join us after the break as we explore some of the specific legal and regulatory challenges that NVIDIA faces, as well as their overall approach to navigating this complex landscape. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into NVIDIA's 10K filing.
It's been a journey.
It has been.
Yeah?
We've covered their remarkable financial performance, their leadership in AI, and gaming their commitment to sustainability, and the challenges they face in the ever-evolving global market.
It's a lot to take in,
It is.
but it's fascinating stuff.
It is. And now we're going to shift gears and delve into the intricate world of NVIDIA's legal and regulatory landscape. It's a critical aspect of their business that often gets overlooked, but it's essential to understand how they navigate this complex web of rules and potential pitfalls.
For sure. It's a whole other dimension of their operations.
I'm ready to enter the legal labyrinth.
Yeah.
Where do we even begin? What are some of the most significant areas of risk that NVIDIA highlights in their 10K?
Well, one that immediately jumps out is intellectual property.
Okay.
NVIDIA relies heavily on patents, trademarks, and trade secrets to protect its innovations. And in the fast-paced world of tech, where ideas are constantly evolving and competition is fierce,
Yeah.
safeguarding those intellectual property assets is absolutely crucial.
It makes sense. They've invested billions in research and development,
Right.
so they're naturally going to be protective of their inventions.
Exactly. The 10K reveals that they have over 11,000 patents issued and pending worldwide.
Wow, that's a massive portfolio.
It is.
But even with a vast portfolio of patents, they're not completely immune to legal challenges, right?
Unfortunately not.
There's always the risk of infringement claims and costly legal battles.
You're absolutely right. The report acknowledges that they're currently involved in various intellectual property litigation matters,
I see.
and they anticipate that these types of disputes will continue to arise as they continue to innovate and expand into new markets. It's an ongoing battle to protect their intellectual property.
So it's not just about securing patents, it's also about actively defending them and enforcing their rights. It sounds like a constant legal tug of war. What other legal challenges are they grappling with?
Antitrust and competition law is another significant area of concern.
Okay.
As NVIDIA grows and expands its market share,
Right.
particularly in the data center and AI sectors,
Mm-hmm.
they face increasing scrutiny from regulators who are tasked with ensuring fair competition and preventing monopolies.
I can see why that would be a concern. In the past, NVIDIA was primarily known for its graphics cards, but now they're becoming this dominant force in data centers and AI, which are critical industries. That kind of rapid expansion is bound to attract attention from regulators.
Precisely. The 10K mentions that they are subject to antitrust and competition laws in multiple jurisdictions,
Oh, wow.
including the U.S., the European Union, and China.
Okay.
Each region has its own set of regulations.
Right.
So NVIDIA has to carefully navigate these complexities
Mm.
and ensure they're operating within the bounds of the law in every market they serve.
It sounds like a legal minefield. How do they even keep track of all these different regulations and ensure they're compliant?
Well, they've implemented robust compliance programs and policies across their global operations.
Oh, okay.
They have teams of lawyers and compliance experts who monitor the ever-changing regulatory landscape
Right.
and ensure that the company's practices align with the latest rules.
That makes sense.
But even with the best compliance programs, the risk of investigations and potential legal action is always there.
Yeah, I imagine so.
It's a constant balancing act for a company like NVIDIA with global ambitions to pursue aggressive growth while staying on the right side of the law.
It makes you appreciate the behind-the-scenes complexities of running a global tech giant.
Right.
It's not just about developing cool products and generating revenue.
Right.
There's a whole legal and regulatory dimension that they have to manage carefully.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the 10K provides valuable insights into how NVIDIA approaches risk management overall.
Okay.
It's not just about legal compliance.
Right.
They're taking a broader, more holistic view of potential risks to their business.
That's interesting. So they're not just reacting to legal challenges as they arise,
No.
but proactively identifying and mitigating risks across various aspects of their operations.
Yeah.
What are some examples of these risks?
Well, in addition to the legal and regulatory risks we've already discussed,
Yeah.
they also highlight risks related to cybersecurity data, privacy, supply chain disruptions, and even natural disasters.
Wow, that's a lot to manage. It seems like there's a lot that could potentially go wrong, even for a company as successful as NVIDIA.
There is. But the 10K emphasizes that they're not just sitting back and hoping for the best.
Okay, good.
They're actively implementing strategies to mitigate these risks.
So they're being proactive?
Yes.
Yeah.
For example, they have robust cybersecurity protocols in place to protect their data and systems from attacks.
Right.
They're working to diversify their supply chain, to reduce their vulnerability to disruptions, and they even have business continuity plans in place to ensure they can continue operating in the face of unforeseen events like natural disasters.
It's reassuring to know they're taking such a proactive approach.
It is.
But even with the most thorough planning and preparation, some things are simply beyond their control. The global landscape is unpredictable, and new challenges can emerge at any moment.
That's true. And the report acknowledges that, despite their best efforts, they may not be able to anticipate or prevent every risk. There's always an element of uncertainty in business, especially in an industry as dynamic as tech.
It's a good reminder that even the most successful companies operate in a world where things can change quickly, and they have to be adaptable and resilient to thrive. But I think it's commendable that NVIDIA is so transparent about the risks they face.
I agree.
By openly acknowledging these challenges in their 10K filing, they're demonstrating a commitment to keeping investors informed and providing a realistic assessment of their situation.
That level of transparency is essential for building trust and credibility. It shows they're not trying to hide anything or paint an overly rosy picture. They're being upfront about the potential downsides as well as the opportunities.
Well, this deep dive has been incredibly insightful. We've uncovered so much about NVIDIA, from their financial performance and growth strategy to their approach to sustainability, risk management, and legal compliance. It's amazing how much you can learn about a company by taking the time to carefully read and analyze their 10K filing.
It's been a fascinating journey through the world of a true tech titan. And as we've seen, NVIDIA is not just about pushing the boundaries of technology. They're also grappling with complex business challenges, navigating a constantly evolving legal and regulatory landscape, and taking proactive steps to address the global issues that impact us all.
They're a company at the forefront of innovation, but they're also deeply embedded in the realities of the global market with all its complexities and uncertainties. It's a compelling story that's still unfolding.
And we can't wait to see what the next chapter holds for NVIDIA. They're a company to watch not just for their technological advancements, but also for how they navigate the challenges and opportunities of the future.
I think that's a perfect note to end on. We've reached the end of our deep dive into NVIDIA's 10K filing. We hope you've enjoyed this journey as much as we have, and we encourage you to explore the full 10K document for yourself. There's a wealth of information and insights waiting to be discovered. Until next time.